Good morning. We're here from the Volo Auto Museum today in Volo, Illinois. They agreed to have our family out to kind of check some things out here. Archer's really excited. He's pointing to all the cars already.
Cool so far.
Yeah, we just walked in. This is the first room, so we're going to check some things out. Let's see how it goes. So as we were saying, we're here in this first room here. This is the Duesenberg room. We've got some vintage Duesenbergs here. They do not make them like these anymore. In case you were wondering what type drives a Duesenberg, I would imagine this type right here. That kind of dress, grand piano. These are pretty cool. So on top of lots of really cool cars, this place is a museum beyond that. This thing here is a Mortier dance organ made in 1947. You just saw a clip of it playing some music. Pretty cool. Very Art Deco. Let's go check out the next room here. This here, the first automobile reproduction. So that's where it all got started. We went from this to that in a short time. And here is the Volo Village Theater. Little tiny theater. We're gonna try to poke our head in there. There you go. You could come in here and enjoy a free short film. Here's some very cool old Cobras. Oh, yeah. Someone just pointed out to us that this green GT40 here was actually in the movie that was just released, Ford versus Ferrari. There's some info on that. That is pretty cool. That is a sweet ride. And this is the room I will call things I will never be able to afford, but would love to afford all of them. Here you've got all sorts of vintage cars. And these ones are actually for sale. Really, really cool. I grew up around cars like this, fixing them with my dad and brother. So I always will have a special place in my heart for these things. This is really, really cool, seeing so many in such good condition all under one roof here. Archer's very excited over there. Look at this Mustang. This is a Mustang GT. What I would not give for one of these. Let's check it out. Unfortunately, I do not have $83,000, but one day I will. This is a sweet car, but this is just a really cool car. Look at that. And this here is about the longest car I have ever seen. Let's see if we could get some perspective. That thing is massive. 59 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Alright, so I just want to give a little bit of background information that Dean grew up going to classic car shows. So this place has even a whole lot more meaning to him personally.
I did, yeah. We actually, my family actually started a car show and ran it weekly. We were there like 7 days a week. So this is really cool. It's a lot of fun seeing Archer really like these cars too. So far we're one room in. It's a lot of fun.
Every single story from Dean's childhood is always about these classic car shows, so it's kind of cool coming here. It's like having a little bit of a piece of that, like looking at all these cars with him, so it has a little bit of a special meaning.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Alright, we've left the kind of showroom and we head into the military Volo Armed Forces Adventure Warning Combat Zone. All sorts of old military equipment. Let's go check it out. Lobby here, or the main showroom. Gonna try to find what's next, but just wanted to give a quick summary of the military room because it was a little loud in there. Very moving in a way, I guess. Just kind of gives you a little bit of perspective as to what some of these veterans may have gone through. It was a little bit loud in there, so kids.
I will mention the kids got a little bit scared in there. It's definitely like realistic with the noises and the sounds, and we didn't really realize going in, but maybe.
Yeah,
kids and
yeah, I mean, you know your kids best, but Archer got a little bit scared. It's kind of simulated to feel like a war room in there or a battlefield. So they did fine. They didn't freak out. They just started to get a little scared. Very interesting to see some of that stuff out there. Yeah, so we're gonna move back through this main lobby here and try to find what next. This hearse was actually driven by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie. Right there. He sat right there. I love to see that whoever drew the concept for this had about the same drawing skills as I do. Actually, they're a little better. I should be fair. Archer, who is that?
We don't need to see his identification.
Archer, you want to go see that?
Disgusting creatures.
Who's that? Who? C-3PO? So the Star Wars display is really cool. The kids loved it. You've got the whole crew, Yoda, R2-D2, Chewbacca, some Jawas, Luke Speeder. Got a Stormtrooper back here, C-3PO, floating Millennium Falcon. Archer ran around here for about 10 minutes from character to character, naming each one with great pride. In the same room with the Star Wars stuff, we've got lots of movie cars, Fast and the Furious.
It says that this was one of the actual 6 used in the movie and the only survivor from the movie, and they purchased this car directly from Universal Studios. So this is really cool for those Fast and Furious fans, which I know there are a lot of you out there.
I believe this one is also going to be from Fast and the Furious OG. This is the one Dom crashes at the end. Not sure that this is an exact one from the movie, but there it is. Now we've got a Fast 5. 1963 Corvette.
This is an actual movie or vehicle from Fast 5.
So if you're a Fast and Furious fan, you've got a few cool cars. You've got the Ghostbusters car, bus, van, hearse. You've got Slimer up on the roof there. Ambulance, there you go. You've got Chicago shout out Blues Brothers here. And to wrap up this room, you've got the Beverly Hillbillies classic. I believe we're in showroom 3 now, and we've got more cars for sale and even more display cars. This thing has to be a Hot Wheels remake or something, I don't know, but it is huge. It's got teeth, it's got more teeth. Here comes a classic. It's the Barbie Cadillac. Complete with Barbie. So here's another shot at the Barbie car. And funny enough, this came from Disney World, Epcot. I think it was back in the 80s or 90s. Let's see if we could figure out when. Epcot, yeah, during the early 90s. Epcot was doing a lot of stuff with Barbie. And let's see. This pink Cadillac spent a decade at Walt Disney World, serving as a parade car. So this thing is full of history. For any of you Disney nerds out there, that's pretty cool. Here comes one of Elvis's personal cars. Like all things extra he did. This was not a wagon. He purchased it, had it turned into a wagon, so he could lug all of his luggage from Graceland to the airport. And this is actually Elvis's car. He himself drove this, which is pretty darn cool. Of all the cars in all the land, this is my dream car. I would take a regular DeLorean, but this fully suited time-traveling DeLorean would be my all-time favorite car. Could you imagine the adventures Archer and I could have in this bad boy? This thing is awesome.
No.
And glimpse into the future, hoverboard. Hashtag real hoverboard. Those things kids ride around on today are not hoverboards. Don't at me. This is awesome.
All right, Alright, so what we are about to walk upon is something that was one of Archer's first fears, that when he would hear the soundtrack music playing, when I would try to play this movie for him, he would freak out. So basically today we're about to see if he has faced his fears or not with this specific character, and you'll see what it is right now.
Say hi!
Here we have a tribute to Mama's favorite movie, Jurassic Park. And it looks like this dinosaur got a hold of something over here. Oh, it looks like I don't know anything about cars, but I guess I should have sat in one of those movies where they were talking about the history of cars, because I guess that's a car motor in his mouth.
We've got all these displays. These were actually in Disney stores around the country. They were removed for more room, so the Volo Auto Museum brought them in here for kids to enjoy for years. Very cool.
So here at the museum, we have actual parade vehicles from the Mickey's Jungle Jammin' Parade, which was, sorry if it's loud, an Animal Kingdom parade. And these are so cool, and to see like any vehicle from a Disney parade up close like this is really cool. And I can just picture Donald Duck. He would be standing right here waving at me. I'd be crying. Everyone always knows I cry during the parades. But yeah, super cool. Here we have a Disney double-decker bus in here. It was originally from Disneyland according to the signage, and then I think it got moved to Epcot according to this, and then Disney characters on holiday, and now it's at the Volo Auto Museum. But that is just super cool.
Here we've got the Tumbler, the Batmobile used in the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. I have to confess, I wasn't a fan of this before the movie when some images leaked. But once I saw the movie, I got it, I understood it, and I loved it. It's one of my favorite. Complete with the Joker and the Batman. This thing is sweet. So this place is huge. There's a ton to see. Lots of different buildings, but pretty easy to navigate because you've got these paths with the blue arrow. If you've ever made your way through an IKEA, you could find your way around here. So there's a whole section here dedicated to RVs. These must be the first RVs. Talk about glamping. Check this thing out. I would stay in this for sure. These things are awesome. I want one now. Look at how sweet this is. All the way back in the 1930s, and they already knew about tiny house living. What's old is new and what new is old. This thing here is a house car. So all one piece. You could drive around, pull off the side of the road here. And then camp in this sweet bad boy. Look at that headroom. None at all. And we're on our way out here now. We had a ton of fun. There's some food. We're just going to show that in a second here. Did not even come close to seeing everything. We've been here for about 2 hours. So if you're looking to get out of the house in these cold months coming up, this is definitely something to consider doing. Kids loved it. Yeah, it looks like during the summer there's even some outdoor parks and things to see outdoor that we didn't even get around to because it's a little chilly out today. Way out here you have a food court. Offers pizza, nachos, churros, that kind of stuff. So when you work up an appetite, you can stop here and have lunch. Oh, this is really cool. This is like a mold-orama, what they call it the Disneyland Toy Factory. I believe this was on display for the World Fair in 1964. There you go, yep. Last used in 1976, but this one works. So we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves what I believe will be a Goofy. Uh-oh. There it is. There he is, the Goof Man himself.
Very classic looking interpretation of the Goof Man here. You can definitely tell that this interpretation is from 1964.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
So that's going to do it for us. We had a lot of fun here at the Volo Auto Museum, again in Volo, Illinois. Kids loved it. We had a lot of fun.
Yes, we did. It was awesome. Like I said before, it exceeded our expectations. It was extremely fun. Tons of pop culture references, tons of authentic cars from different movies that are very beloved. So a lot of stuff for different fans here, especially us as Disney fans. There's a ton of stuff, so we had a great time.
Yep. Until next time, thanks.